Welcome back, our beautiful listeners, to another episode of Unlocking Success with me, your host, Rich Homie Vang, and my co-host, Eric Eclipse. What is up, my friend? It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. What is up? I don't know. What is down? What's all around? I'm just playing. Doing good.
And that posed a good question, though. I mean, it's how we perceive the world. You know, what is up?
Right? I mean, damn, my mind's going through like, I feel like some motherfucking Mentas shit going through my mind right now. Like, I'm just processing, computing all these different options of like, what the fuck does this shit mean? Because, you know, you've probably had it, and whoever's listening has probably had this thought. When you've thought of like a word, and you just analyze the word, and eventually you get to the conclusion, what the fuck does this actually mean? You know? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's really weird. And that's basically what I was doing just then. I was like, I don't even know what up is. What is up? I mean, I know it means...
Yeah.
Look, see? Like, it means putting your head up that way or whatever, but...
Yeah, but like what constitutes as something as up? You know, like what makes a chair a chair?
Like what makes a window a window? And you start to break it down, and you slowly peel back the layers of the structure that we live in, and you realize that these are just things, right? This is just a window, you know. Like, but what is a window? I can see through it, but this actually isn't anything. It's just this. What is this, though? I know it has a window, but this actually isn't a window. It's just whatever. You know, and that's why they've said in the past that language truly is for stupid people.
Elaborate.
Actual communication is through energy. That's actual communication. Because think of all the times where you're like, I can't put it into words. Because it's not meant for words. You see what I mean? And every day you probably notice it too. When you read, like, there's some things that I can't read because the language is getting just dumbed down. Eventually, who knows what language will look like, you know? Like reading some of those, like, you know, morals and dogma, I don't even know what that shit means. Because the language was so much more sophisticated. But above all, language is for stupid people. Comprehension among energy is the true language.
Yeah. Interesting.
Think about like Star Wars, you know, they talk through the Force. That's the same thing. It's the same concept.
Yeah, it's like you can feel the inner energy of the room.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at someone, you're like, man, I don't like that guy. You don't like... Dude, that's energy communicating. Yeah. You know, magnetism, vibration. That's what all that stuff is. Like, that's true communication.
So I haven't said one word I already don't like. I'm already getting this vibe. Yeah, if you want to put in the, you know, term, it's called the vibe, you know?
Yeah, and it's, basically, whether you get along with someone or not is based off your vibrational frequencies. It's like a magnet, basically. You and I meet each other for the first time. Our magnetic fields, our vibration comes into contact with each other, and either they repel and go backwards, or they go through each other. And that's usually deciphers whether you actually like a person or not. And you know, that vibrational state comes from within how they are spiritually. If you're a very dark person, then someone's probably going to feel... They might not even know what they're feeling, but that's what it is. Yeah. That makes sense?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Shit.
As you slowly go down this rabbit hole, more and more you understand. Throughout your whole life, you wondered, what the fuck is this feeling, or like, what is this? You understand that that's not just a random thought or a random feeling. That, you know, that's all placed. That's all for a reason. It's not just random things, because remember, nothing's random. So for the example, like, speaking with the magnetism, you'd be like, man, I don't really like this guy, but I've never even talked to him. But you just don't like him. And you just think, oh, it's probably nothing. That's what it is. It's just we're so far gone from humans' true communicational levels. Like, I don't even know what it was like back in ancient history. Like, the concept that maybe, we'll use the pyramids for example. We'll use it with this theory. The theory that the Egyptians actually were able to wield energy like a Jedi with the Force. That could be a real thing. I don't know. Like, technology subdues that too. That energy and stuff like that. I mean, they didn't have that shit back then, obviously. Or if they did, it was different. But yeah.
Yeah. And how are we to know what they did or did not have?
You'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know.
At least I don't think you'll ever know. And if you do know, then you're going down some sort of rabbit hole. You have to come in contact with some interesting people. That's what I would say. But yeah, that's probably not how you intend to open the show, but there's an interesting lesson for you guys. Hope you took notes.
Yeah. Shit. Where were we?
You just asked me how I'm doing. And then when we started talking about going up,
and
then how up is really nothing. Yeah. Like I said, I've been in scenarios before where, like, I'm just in a room. I'm just in this place. Nothing has, like, I look at it, I'm like, what is that? It's just a state of mind that you can get into. Where it's just a room. Like, I don't identify that as a piano or that as a window or that as a poster. These are just objects. These are just three-dimensional objects that I'm looking at, but once again, that language is irrelevant. And as I, like, tried to explain this, I struggled to, because it's not something that you can simply just put into words, because it's not meant for words. And, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, emotions and how you feel, there's, like, can't put it into words. Like, things you've experienced. Because I would say, for myself, there's been things I've experienced that I can't put into words. And even if I did try to put into words, it would sound like gibberish.
Think about like
those
this.
Trying to take it in.
Yeah, think about it like this. You're talking to an old man, and he literally, in vivid detail, describes his life to you. However, you would never see his life the same way he did.
Yeah.
Because he experienced it. He felt all that. You did not.
Yeah. It's like when you see people come from rags to riches, and then they say stuff like, yeah, I really was in the trenches, like, the come up was hard. Like, you can read that and hear it,
but it feels like.
What they experience is different than what you think they experience.
Experience is the true lesson of life. Doesn't matter how smart you are, right? I could be 40 years old and did no higher education. You could be 25 and paid a bunch of money for education. I'm probably still smarter than you. You know why? Experience. 15 years on you of living. Who knows what I come across in my lifetime to understand that. You look at, no last name will be named, but you look at someone like Bob, right? How much experience that guy has under his belt? You know, that's what life is. It's about experience. And it's like, it's your job as a human being that's aging to go experience life, because it's your job to teach the next generation. Man, that's where people fucking fail nowadays, man. They don't experience anything. They don't learn anything. And then they fail the generation that's coming up. You know, it's your job to teach the next wave. But
yeah, rather than, say, experiencing something for themselves, in order to form their own opinion about said experience, they will use another person's viewpoints for said experience to shape how they would view it. Fucking man, I'm just gonna say it. Consuming cannabis. We'll say the people who have versus the people who have not. The people who have, they know how it works. They know what happens. We'll say for the legality part, trying to legalize it. They're for it. But then the people who have never tried it, I know we already said this in a previous episode. Like,
I think so.
They're so against it because they haven't, had that experience or tried it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and for them, it's because they haven't had that experience. They look to other people who, have a certain viewpoint on it, and they'll just take it from them. Like, oh, okay, well, people in the past, they said it was illegal, killing you, bad for you. Then I'm just gonna have that same.
The same mindset walking into it, yeah. Instead of trying it for yourself, right?
And I'll just say this for cannabis and the plant, like, but I mean, say for shit like meth and all the other super hard drugs, I'm not experiencing that to know it's shit. Like,
yeah, you don't need to.
I don't need to. I don't want to.
No. Yeah,
but,
it's not something I want.
But there are things that you can experience it in a safe manner.
Yeah.
I guess you could, if you want to say it that way. And people, they don't want to.
They're pussies. And that's something I was thinking about too, is how the passing generation is supposed to teach the coming one. Look at the fucking boomers and shit.
Want some chicken?
I'm good. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You see now, when you think about it, you see now why society and civilization is on such a downtrend. And it's because of the generation that's supposed to continue to build the next ones. The baby boomers. The baby boomers were born in a time of everything was there for them. They didn't have to work for anything, right? It was you could say it was the peak of the United States' empire, right? If you want to word it like that.
Baby boomers.
When they failed at teaching, and now you see why all these generations coming up are just clueless. It's because the baby boomers were that pivoting moment where they failed to really teach everyone that they were supposed to.
Baby boomers. It was 20s, right? People born in 20s?
No.
Or am I wrong?
After World War II.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after World War II. That's the baby boomers.
I don't know why I'm thinking about the roaring 20s.
Yeah, wrong time. It's alright. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like people are out here for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. People are out here for themselves. You're right, man. I mean, baby boomer generation is supposed to raise up the next generation. That generation is supposed to do the same. Keep it going. But nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember what the full... Yeah. 46 to 64. That's most parents nowadays. Like mine. Yeah. And they're all, like I said, those, especially towards that 55 to 64 range, as far as the year. A lot of parents nowadays, your average parent, that's what they are. And I mean, think about it. Generation X probably isn't that much different. Especially those parents born in the 70s. They're getting raised by boomers that were from the 50s. So you see my point.
Yeah. Cycle continues. The cycle continues.
Yeah. All right, man. What you got for today? Thanks. That's probably not the way we intended to start, but that was good.
Kind of ish.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about maybe not completely different sidetrack.
Oh.
We're talking about going green. Question mark.
Going green.
Essentially, saving the planet by using the planet's resources. It was as it's like one of those videos I sent. I think it was saying about how I think silver reserves being depleted in like 20 years or so. And essentially for that is, there's talks of President Joe Biden wanting 50% of America's electricity to be from solar energy by 2050. And then, talks about the Green New Deal and going green and all this other such and so forth. Say with like zero emissions from electric cars. But in that video, it all sounds all good on paper, but when implemented, we're going to be using a lot of the natural resources that come from this earth. And the solar panel design, requires, said conductive metals, and apparently silver is the most conductive material on the periodic table, closely followed by copper. And then it's a substantial drop off to gold, and then aluminum, and then everything else. And with all this talk of wanting to go, solar or renewable energy from the sources, you just got to talk about basic supply and demand. Supply is going to go down because demand is going to increase a shit ton. And then, as demand increases, so will the prices, and such and so forth. And, wind turbines, all right, sound cool, but they also require a lot of metals, primarily copper, to connect to the power grid. And then we get over to, say, electric cars. When would you say electric cars starting to get big? Probably when Tesla.
Yeah, a few years ago. I would say about like 5-6 years ago.
Production lines and out. Yeah, everyone's talking about electric cars. All right, don't use fossil fuels, don't use oil and such and so forth. As an energy resource, but what is needed to charge those vehicles? Electricity. And if everyone's going to be having electric cars as what they want, that's going to require a lot of electricity. You're going to have to increase the size of the power grid to be able to compensate for that additional electrical usage. And that's only talking about electric vehicles. I know in that one episode we were talking about smart cities, and then you have all the use of electronics. I think McDonald's was the first one I saw roll out that had like those contactless ordering stations, as you would say.
The kiosk thing?
Yeah, the little kiosk. That takes fucking electricity, and then
I know like Little Caesars does the same thing. You can order it online, and then you have like a QR code you scan, and then it opens it for you, and you grab your pizza or whatever the fuck. The thing is, like, what people forget too, as far as we'll say like the electric cars, you still need to build and construct those batteries and stuff like that. And since it's such a new industry, right? Like, it's not streamlined to do it as efficiently as it could be. Like, some of the materials I think that costs and requires to make those batteries are scarce.
Yeah, a lot of them, they use cobalt, and cobalt, like the majority of the cobalt in the world is in like the Congo in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa.
And so like they're quote unquote environmentally green, but to get the cobalt they have to destroy the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really green. It's just kind of a marketing tactic, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. I mean, everyone's talking about, let's go green, yada yada yada. But
it's not.
You want to save the planet, but in order to do so, you are destroying the planet.
Every positive has a negative. Every one. And and they keep saying like by this time, like first off, you're just saying that you want to do it by that time. The likelihood of it actually happening, this shit will not happen until it is more profitable than the current system. That's it. I mean, think about who's at the top. I don't even know who they are. The top of the oil game or the fossil fuel game, all that shit. That's the money. That's the world. The world's money right there. And once again, to go green, you have to basically, unless I'm wrong on this, you have to get those kind of people involved and make it more profitable than the system is now. And I don't see that happening. And I mean, do you want to talk about just trying to pay for this shit? No. It's going to blow up the money system. It's going to blow up. You can't do it. It's really a dead end. There's nowhere to go with it, in my opinion.
Well, maybe that's the idea. Maybe they want to. It's not going to happen all at once. They're going to be incrementally doing this. But I mean, what was the Green New Deal? Like $80 trillion or something? Like
a retarded amount that's not possible.
Yeah, and it's like I don't even know. It's really just a political stunt more than anything else. Like
AOC, fucking dumb bitch. Didn't even see a price on it. This is from 2019 article. It says, what are the costs? That's not clear yet. President Trump, at the time, claimed it will cost $100 trillion. Some examples of why. One conservative think tank has pegged the cost to the federal government of providing Medicare to all at $32 trillion over 10 years. Yeah, it's not possible. I don't even need to read this anymore. It's not possible.
Basically, the dollar is going to collapse. Because to pay for this, they got to print money. Because the government, I don't know what they're definitely running at a deficit. They're definitely not fucking cash flow positive. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to have to keep printing more money to keep paying for and servicing the debts of the previous loans they've taken out. And so it's an exponential fucking avalanche of shit, of money printing. They have to exponentially print more money because that's how the debt is structured. It costs exponentially more money to clear the plumbing, so to speak. Like every time there's a market crash, back in 2008, they had to print like 80 billion, or
800.
Yeah. And this time around, it was like
still going.
Yeah, still going. We're not even done yet. So it's like we literally printed six times the amount of money that we printed during 08 because the debts just got bigger. They just printed more money. That was their answer to the to the dollar hemorrhaging problem was just to paper over it with more money instead of fixing the underlying collateral.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, it's a perfect explanation.
I guess it leads us into the next part. I want to talk about October 18th, 2021. The deadline for Congress having to address the debt limit or I guess to pay back their bills. Is that what they're putting it as?
Yeah, the debt ceiling?
Yeah, with the debt ceiling.
Yeah, it's either they're going to raise it or the U.S. is going to default.
And the entire world economy will collapse.
Will collapse.
So,
I mean,
they're going to raise it.
Yeah,
they have to.
Yeah, they have to raise it.
And then eventually it's just going to cause an even greater
Yeah, they're just kicking the can down the road.
And then eventually
they've been doing the same thing since the 80s.
It's going to be the Great Reset. Eventually, you can't do it anymore. Eventually, something's going to have to break.
What's the idea?
I know.
They know that this is going to crash the dollar, and they want that so they can
implement new currency.
so they can start rolling out the digital dollar.
Digital dollar, where you're never free of anything.
Where every transaction is tracked. I mean, it's pretty much like that now, but it's not as centralized as they want it to be. They want everyone to have a wallet with the Fed, and at any time the Fed can go in and look at your wallet and see every transaction you've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want.
Take your money.
Which is why you gotta buy gold and silver. Get into crypto. You want to buy Monero. Buy Monero. It's a privacy coin. No one can track what you're doing, but yeah.
Yeah, you control the currency. You control the people.
Mm-hmm.
And
have assets outside of the banking system.
That is exactly what they're going for. You know, would you say they're just going to prolong, like you said, kicking the can down the road, so they can further protect themselves?
Probably.
It's more so just so that they don't have to deal with the consequences while they're in office, just to make their jobs easier.
They know what's happening.
They're out for themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're 100% out for themselves.
Yeah, they know exactly what's happening, and they're, like you said, they're giving themselves more time to prepare, and they're making sure that they don't have to deal with it. It's fucking evil, man.
It's like we said at the beginning. The cycle continues until it doesn't.
There's always an end, which results in a beginning. When that will be, who fucking knows, man. As far as this current cycle we're going down, I don't know. But will it be our lifetime? I don't even know. You will know in time. That's it.
So why is it now? Why did Yellen say October 18th was a deadline? Like, we've been doing this for a very long time. I think why did it just creep up now? Something that happened?
No, I think it's.
I
think it's an established date.
Yeah, I think it's an agreed upon date.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That I don't know. I'm completely talking out of my ass. I have no idea, but I would assume they've known about this for a while.
Mm-hmm. And why they're just addressing it now?
Yeah. Like that was what I was wondering. Like, you know, money printers been going brr for forever. Like, why do they now set a hard deadline? Like, we gotta do something this date.
You know, it's also
like Republicans are pretending to give a shit about spending and all that.
I guess, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, they don't care.
And it's like it's probably also just a fear tactic because I mean the media was hammering it home as well. It's probably more propaganda.
Yeah,
shit.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Because I mean, anyone who knows, like what he was just saying, you have to raise it. You have to. So like.
Yeah, unless
and if they don't, it's the end of the world.
Unless they want turmoil.
Let's fucking party, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, if you understand, you know it's only going to go one way. So when you see the media pumping out all this shit, You're just trying to stir people up. And most of them don't even understand what it means.
I mean, like actual party.
Oh yeah, well,
fucking party.
I mean, I'm saying if they decide to not raise a debt ceiling and they start defaulting, I mean, let's just
All hell, shit has hit the fan.
let's go buy a fifth of fucking liquor and go die.
I'll slam that. I will slam that. Mark my words.
Fucking shoe nice.
Yeah, mark my words. It'll be next episode. We will have an update.
Yeah, we'll buy a fifth of Grey Goose.
18th is next Monday.
Yeah.
We will have an answer. We come in and we're just
Shit-faced.
shit-faced drunk.
Like, all right, guys, it happened. The world's about to fucking end, so we're shit-faced drunk.
Thank God, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Go back to living in the woods.
What? Let's just hypothesize. What would the world be? Say if they do default, they're just like, fuck it.
Well,
it's going to be a daisy chain of defaults in every economy in the world.
yeah, just be a domino effect. You know, and I mean, unemployment numbers would be, yeah, I don't even know. I mean, no one would be able to work.
Yeah, like what kind of world would it be? Like, I was thinking like post-apocalyptic, or
I have no
as
idea.
if like a zombie apocalypse came out. Would it be?
Maybe in certain parts. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not getting any like film or TV thoughts in my head about like what it could be like. What do we think it could be like? There would be no zombies.
Probably like Blade Runner. Like, where like there's this one oligarchy of like there's like one class of elites who is in control of the government, control of the corporations, then there's all the little slave peons.
Elysium.
Yeah. Elysium.
Could it be like Elysium?
It could be like Elysium. Yeah.
Probably. That's a good way of putting it.
Interesting.
Yeah, all the wealthy people live up on the ring or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Elysium.
People down here just fend for themselves. Okay.
I mean,
And they've been working on those fucking robots that look exactly the same.
you know, it's funny that that movie takes place in L.A. Yeah, L.A. would probably fucking look like that.
LA, God. God help you if you live in LA.
If you live in libtard central, God help you. There you go, Bob. L.A.,
Fucking
New York, Chicago, Portland, Seattle.
I say Seattle. I say Portland, Seattle.
They're all shitholes.
They're all fucking shitholes. They are.
They're all democratic shitholes.
But why people still think it works? Look at all.
Because they hate Trump so much that they'll cut off their nose just to spite their face.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a whole nother level of like defeat, man.
Like, I mean, me personally, I don't give a shit about either party. They're both
They both fucking suck dick.
They're both full of shit. There's nowhere to run. Like, either you're in the system or you're not in the system, or you view the system as kind of a joke and you're kind of just living your own life. Like, I mean, like, to give any sort of emotional, sort of commitment to like politics is just like, why?
It takes.
Just why?
It hurts you more than you gain from it, man.
Yeah, like, what do you get out of it? You don't get anything out of it. All it does is just make you stressed and
Pissed off,
angry.
Yeah.
Just like, why? Why even participate?
Sees people go to political science, like, you're retarded.
Well, I mean,
You're fucking retarded.
that's one thing about actually learning about politics and then learning about like sort of like the media driven political narrative. Like learning watch Star Wars episodes 1 through 3 when Palpatine is gaining political power and he's using the dark side of the Force to cloud people's judgment so that he can get them to make decisions in such a way that it gives him power. Like,
yes.
I'm saying study politics from that lens, not necessarily be involved in any particular party.
That's not what I'm saying. And that is the correct viewpoint of looking at it. But how many people that you think enter that realm actually look at it that way? No, they don't. They go to fucking school and they get brainwashed into political views.
Yeah, read Dune.
All three of them.
Yeah, Dune's a very good book for that.
Messiah even expands on it more. Children of Dune expands on it a lot too.
Yeah,
it's insane to see. No spoilers, obviously. It's insane to see where the Imperium is with Emperor Padishah or Shaddam the Fourth to Aaliyah and Children of Dune.
Does she become Empress?
No, not technically.
Okay.
It's hard to explain.
Well, yeah,
I'm not going to say anything. But it's insane to see the difference and how much it changes. I guess if you think about it a little bit, I guess that's kind of a spoiler for you, Michael. But yeah,
Nah, that's all right. I think I just went right over my head.
Okay,
for
good.
now.
All right, good.
I'm more locked in.
I won't say anymore.
First book.
Yeah, but no, you're right. That's a good way to look at it. Look at it from the Dune's perspective. You got Chom, Landstrad,
or fucking Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is like
perfect. Yeah,
it's like fucking politics porn.
Yeah, seasons 1 through 6, textbook. It's great. Then it gets popular and then it sucks. But yeah, seasons 1 through 6, there's some great viewing of how politics go at the highest level.
Yeah, and it's like with politics, you need to understand the subtleties to the character of your target because when you understand how your target thinks and how they will react to certain viewpoints and how like just with like the way that you carry your voice, you can get someone pissed off or you can make them like you.
The voice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where I was going with it. But with politics, it's like they do that on like a macro scale. Like if you're like a Trump supporter, the media knows exactly what to put in front of you to get you agitated, and vice versa. If you're a Democrat, the media knows exactly what to put in front of you to get you agitated and hate your neighbor, you know, and they use that on people. Like with independents, they sort of recommend or not recommend, but they'll put in front of you like Joe Rogan, UFC, like seemingly quote unquote neutral parties. But they're really not neutral. Like, they're still being propped up by the mainstream for a reason. Like they're kind of corralling people, ideologically and psychologically into these pens, and they're kind of telling them what to believe, or they're going upon what they already believe and kind of being gatekeepers in a way. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I said, well, yeah, Benny Gesserit voice. That's what that means. That's what that's from. The Voice. It's a great TV show.
The Voice?
Just fucking kidding. That's
a great joke, Eric.
That's Libtard Central right there, man.
Voice.
This is The Voice. Do you like that one, man?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Y'all motherfuckers are welcome for that good joke. Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
I'm not fist bumping you for that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll fist bump you then, man.
Fuck you.
So, yeah, other than those two topics, that's all I really had. I mean, and this big thing about going green. And then I think with that also, I mean, it kind of ties in with inflation.
It's transitory, man.
Yeah, just I mean,
Fucking retards.
I mean, yeah, to pay for them to wanting to go green.
Yeah,
It's gonna cost a shit ton of money. And with the second part, we're talking about we gotta figure out what we do with the debt ceiling.
You know what though?
Or they're gonna default.
This too. Like, say they actually do it with the Green New Deal. What if it doesn't fucking work?
They write the debt ceiling again.
Well, like that's not even what I mean, right? So they're saying that they need to go carbon neutral and all this shit, right? Well, if it actually doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, before like that even happened, the people at the top would know whether it'd work or not, right? But that'd be funny for those people who were advocating for it just to see it backfire. But I don't really care to say more on that.
Mm-mm.
But
another tangent is what was it? Mike Tyson said it a couple times in Hotboxing, his podcast. You know, if we got rid of all the animals, the world or the earth would die. What if we got rid of all the humans, the world would flourish. And I know we already talked about this, like population control, but I mean, could kind of all just like come together, you know, like Green New Deal, population control, and
no time to die.
Yeah, no time to die. I would no spoilers, but I would say that there was a point in the film where, as if a light bulb went off in my head, I'm like, "What the fuck?" It's like reminds me of just like Spectre,
Yeah.
dropping little tidbits of like real life shit.
And then it opened up and it's just a parallel of now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious.
I was like, "Oh, interesting," but.
Vaccines, man.
It's all in their plan.
Vaccines. Especially who knows what they're engineering these things into be, man. And the more and more they understand their population, the more and more they control them.
Yeah, exactly.
To the point where you can administer drugs that are targeted for a specific person.
I would say they're getting damn good at it. Like you said, it's like depending on, like it doesn't even matter what political stance you have. Like they know exactly what they have to put in front of you to raise a reaction.
I mean, all they have to do is look at your cell phone data and look at what you respond to and what you don't respond to.
I think we've had the conversation before, but here you go. Cerveza sickness, right? It's got the chip in it.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling this is like rough draft shit. Here's why. So first off, they're testing to see what the cows and the cattle will do. Right? So stick them, right? Now you have a piece of technology embedded in all these people to understand their bodies, right? And you can further and further administer whatever they want, tailored to how that's
to that specific person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like No Time to Die.
It's like your Twitter account or your Facebook account.
Yes, but I mean
Instagram.
on like a drug level, not just viewing shit. I mean, think about it, they have a microchip inside your body.
Yeah.
That understands your blood work and all that shit.
What was it? Your nervous system.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will be able to know literally the ins and outs of you. You misbehave?
Shit, man.
Shit, they might just administer some drug that's going to make you feel like shit. That's like, if there's a wall of drugs with people's names on it, they're going to pull yours off the shelf. There you go. That's your drug. That's complete population control right there. When you have everyone down to a file.
And not even just conscious stimuli, it'd be like subconscious stimuli. Like things you don't even realize to be able to track that and do what they please with that information.
Mm-hmm.
When things are free, you are the product.
Yeah, exactly. You think it's all fine and dandy, but
America. Free. Freedom.
I mean, it was doomed to fail, so it was intended to fail. It failed perfectly. I mean, it was never going to work. It wasn't supposed to. We're the breeding grounds of this fucking plague, basically. This information plague, this cultural plague. It all starts here. I mean, it's injected from elsewhere, right? But this is where we're just the mouse in their fucking experiment, man. We're the mice in their experiment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
We've always been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've always been.
Man, imagine you tried to say this to someone on the street. They probably called the cops.
Yeah, they call the cops to be like, "Where's your tinfoil hat?" They'd be like, "Oh, so now you're gonna tell me 9/11 was an inside job?" Some shit like that. Some shit like that. Yeah. They wouldn't believe it.
No.
Or
That's fine. It's up to them.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. I don't know. Kind of spacing out.
Yeah.
I think that's all I really had. I guess it's
Want to talk about Harold and Kumar? Escape from Guantanamo Bay.
second movie. Man, I remember that one night we watched all three. Remember we watched White Castle, Escape from Guantanamo Bay, and then it was it was the Christmas one. Yeah, but I think
When was
I think
this?
we watched the Christmas one. We all passed out.
Oh, yeah. This was a while ago.
It was a very long time.
I remember
ago.
that. I don't remember.
All right,
The movie's so
but
fucking
you want to talk about number 2, Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah.
Shit.
That's what me and Eric watched last night.
It's too fucking good, man.
That movie's so funny.
Dude. The fucking government guy, that dude's a fucking prick. It's fucking hilarious.
He's just a retard.
He is just a straight retard.
Right? 'Cause
Neil Patrick Harris is a G, especially with the unicorn scene.
Yeah, that
The
dude's just living his
Dude,
life.
holy shit. When they fucking fly the airplane, they land in George Bush's house. I went to go drink some water, and at that very time, that's when George Bush walks in. And, bro, I couldn't stop laughing. It was... I almost spit the water out, bro. Yeah.
Let me see.
He's like, oh shit, it's Cheney. Fuck that guy.
That one is. They go on the plane.
Then he has the bomb.
He has the bomb,
But they think it's a bomb.
Okay, yeah.
The white lady thinks he's a terrorist.
Yeah, she envisions him right all
Yeah.
dressed up.
Yeah, he is.
Yo, and then, so, what the fuck was it? They're at those people's houses in the middle of the woods with the incest
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah.
And then they fucking leave there. Then they go to a KKK bomb. Like, what the fuck is this movie, man? The KKK thing. And then they fucking run away from them. And then they find Neil Patrick Harris. And he has the unicorn scene. They go to the fucking whorehouse. Neil Patrick Harris dies. Then they fucking go into the hood. Well, that's actually before. When we're in the hood. They run over the fire hydrant. And they're all coming at them. They run away. But they're like, man, we're just trying to help.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that one agent because it was in the hood, right? He cracked open that
The
great
grape
Fanta.
juice.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He
He
was
started
like-
pouring it.
He's like, this is so ignorant.
Man, can't make movies like that.
He's like,
anymore.
you got... In the background, you hear someone say, you got any Kool-Aid?
Why? You can't make movies like these anymore.
No.
Fuck them.
And I like
People
how...
are just pussies.
Man, I like how Guantanamo Bay takes place like a week after the first one. So they get back from that adventure. They just deal with
Back
this.
for another one.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Big Bob?
Yeah, Big Bob.
Cock sandwich.
The cock meat sandwich.
Cock meat sandwich, yeah. Guy bites off his dick. Like,
I find some random Cubans are just building a raft to Miami. They just hit
you
your
guys
ride.
go to Miami? Like, what'd they say? Si vamos?
Yeah.
Si vamos? Like, I can't even imagine what it's like, one, writing that script and two, acting it out.
And acting it out. Yeah, that
Yeah.
took a ton of takes.
Not laughing.
That's what... was it you and me or you and me? We were talking about Adam Sandler movies. You know, I'm thinking about when they were making The Water Boy. Like, especially the parts where he's fucking stuttering. How many times that took? For, like, the fucking Cajun dude. Or, like, the guy with the weird eye where he starts... Because, like, I've watched... it's not the same humor, but I've watched a lot of, like, The Office bloopers. Holy shit, man. There's so many cuts on that thing. Like, how many times it took to make some of that shit. I can't even imagine for something like The Water Boy or Billy Madison.
Yeah, they're like
what
yeah, that was completely outrageous.
pure autism movies.
I mean, I can imagine just like Tropic Thunder. I know we talk.
Holy
We
shit!
love Tropic Thunder, but I would say any scene with Robert Downey Jr., I'd probably be cracking up the whole time.
Just look at it like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's a great method actor, man. Oh yeah, I was at fucking Meyer yesterday and I saw on the shelf they had That's My Boy. That must have been funny as fuck too. That movie's so bad.
That movie's retarded.
You seen that movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say. Was it this year? I watched it for the first time to its entirety.
It's so fucking retarded that it's funny.
Dude, like, dude. Sorry.
Fucking Vanilla Ice is his uncle somehow.
Fucking Rex Ryan, like, he's just like, why is Rex Ryan in this fucking movie? Then he just fucks his teacher. Like,
Good movie, man.
Adam Sandler's like the love child of.
fucking Andy Samberg, Han Solo burger. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and they said you got fucking Vanilla Ice as, like, his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Nugget Pocket. He's all fat and shit. Teach him how to ride a bike. Or there's, like, Adam Sandler and Vanilla Ice. You still got the 4.0? Talking about that Mustang. I'm trying to get back. It was fucking funny. It's a good movie if anyone wants to watch something pure autism.
Yeah, they're trying to get to that wedding. They crash? No, they got stuck behind traffic.
They got stuck in the sand, so
Yeah.
they start running.
Yeah, and they had to run, and then they had the Walkman.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He's like, oh, you got the Walkman?
Yeah. Were they listening like Ice Ice Baby?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. They were fucking listening to Ice Ice Baby as they're running. Stop. Collaborate. Listen. It's actually, fuck, this song's good, man. Ice Ice Baby, it's a solid song.
Man, imagine when that song came out.
Yeah. Alright, that's enough autism. You got anything else you want to add?
I think it's just a little bit of autism is okay.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to add? If not, we're going to wrap this bitch up.
That's a. In the first, Harold and Kumar, they meet. What's the fucker's name? This dude has like boils on his fucking head.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
like-
He had the super hot ass wife.
Yeah, his wife was like trying to bang them, but he told them, "Yeah, guys, you can go fuck my wife." And they're like, "What the fuck you doing with my wife? You said we could fuck your wife." I did.
Right, and then he's like, he wanted to join, right?
Yeah,
Strips down.
they just run away.
Man, it's so ugly. But he had
Like when they're in the car, like they're looking over at him, and like one of his boils is like
oozing.
like exploded, and there's pus just dripping down his neck. Or they find a cheetah that escaped a zoo. They get it high.
They ride it.
They ride the cheetah like 20 miles to White Castle.
Man, all that for some White... Man, I'd do that for some White Castle.
All that. Yeah.
I'd do that for some White Castle.
That's such a funny movie.
I experienced that. Well, not their journey, but been a White Castle. Pretty faded. Definitely hit the spot.
Never even been to a White Castle.
I've only ever had the frozen burgers, but probably not as good as the real thing.
Still good. We gonna have you guys have the experience.
I'll try some White Castle.
The White Castle experience.
Yeah.
Man. Thanks for bringing up the Harold and Kumar. Totally forgot about those movies.
Yeah, they're funny.
It's just, those are fucking funny. I think those ones go under the radar a little bit.
They definitely couldn't make them now.
Yeah.
Those movies are way too politically incorrect.
So like they're definitely stoner classics though.
Yo, and fucking Guantanamo Bay, when that idiot government guy is talking to Kumar and Harold's parents.
Oh, yeah. He talks to the Asian people in like Korean, and they speak back to him in perfect English.
And they're like, what'd he say? And he's like, "Shut the fuck up, you idiot!" Like, Jesus Christ. And he thinks Kumar's parents are Muslim, but they're just Indian.
Yeah.
We're fucking Indian. We're not.
We're not terrorists. We're not Arab.
Alright. This is where we conclude.
Recap.
Alright. So that was an interesting episode full of different topics. Started off with an interesting beginning. We were talking about some living energy, along with experience, failed teachers, going green, the debt ceiling, politics, and knowing your population. And then we just finished it off with just some autism. So that's all I got.
All right. Be sure to like, dislike, comment your thoughts, good or bad, share and subscribe. Also ring the bell so whenever we upload a new episode, you get a notification to stay up to date with the info we put out. Follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Unlocking Success. Follow me everywhere at Rich Homie Vang. Follow Eric on Instagram at Eric_Eclipse. And on Twitter at I Am The Eclipse. We'll throw Revan's info in the description as well. But that's the show. Hopefully you enjoyed and are one step closer to unlocking your definition of success. We love you and appreciate all the support, good and bad. Take care and keep striving. We'll see you this Saturday for UFC Fight Picks 16, UFC Vegas 40, Aspen Ladd versus Norma Dumont. We'll have to see what happens with that one. But also next week will be after the October 18th deadline for Congress to do something about the debt ceiling. And if they default, we will be partying.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys can
4/5
come join in and see how we're doing in the next episode of Unlocking Success. But till then, buy silver, gold, Bitcoin, any other crypto you feel you want to buy.
Safe Moon.
Just be safe. Come rocket. Peace out. Stay safe.